Speaking of tournaments, you finally know who you guys are going to be playing in the WNIT in round two. Just how valuable is it that you were able to find that information out on Friday, kind of game plan for them then, and that it's somebody you've played before in the past?
It's really crazy that over the course of the last, 16 months, this is going to be the third time we've played FIU. I mean, we've never played FIU, and now we're playing them for a third time. But it is interesting. It's a familiar scout to us. They do have some different personnel this year than last year. They have the Conference USA Player of the Year. She was also the Newcomer of the Year. They've got a first team all-conference player. So this team finished second in Conference USA. They're a really good team. They had a tremendous overtime win against Stetson. We watched that game as a team, and, the last 2 minutes we're like, okay, looks like we're going to play Stetson. And then all of a sudden, overtime, and then it's all FIU. And so we're excited just to finally play a game. It's been over a week since we've had a game. I think that gives FIU a little bit of an advantage. They played in the first round, had an exciting win. I've got some momentum going, and so I think that we've had some pretty good practices getting ready for the game, but we've got to jump into it early. We could see a little bit of rust at the beginning, but we've got to get that off early and play Wildcat basketball pretty quickly in this game because they're a really good team.
And you talked about how they're going to be playing. Well, they've played a little bit more minutes than you, including overtime. You guys get 10 days in between games. How valuable is that recovery for your team, especially after such a long, kind of up and down, treacherous season?
I think since the WAC championship game, it's been over a week. I feel like we just keep pushing the snooze button. It's like we just keep pausing because we really thought we were going to be playing in the first round at home last week, and then grateful we got a first round bye. Pushed us to the second round, and then we thought, we'll probably play on Sunday or Monday, and then they let us know we're going to play on Tuesday. So it's like we just keep pushing the snooze button, and it's time to wake up. It's time to play a ball game. So we're excited that it's almost here.
How does that help? How does that kind of help your team stay hungry? Okay, we just want to get into the court now.
Yeah, I hope that the delays have benefited us. I mean, we've had a little bit of rest, but just to keep the competitive spirits up and keep that just the competitive juices flowing. We do have a really good scout team. We've been playing against a lot of 5-on-5, and so we'll see. I mean, when the bright lights are on and you line up for the jump ball, you want to see our players get that gritty fight about them that they had all season.
And you're getting to play another game here in Abilene. Well, not here at Moody. How exciting is it that you're getting to stay here at home?
Hey, this week is the single biggest event on our campus, Sing Song. It involves probably over 1,000 students. We're grateful they moved it to March. It used to be right in the middle of conference play. So this is the second year in a row, though. It's kind of been right in the middle of the WNIT. But we are so grateful to be able to play right down the street at Hardin-Simmons. Really thankful to the athletic director, John Neese, and the facilities coordinator, Tim McCary. They've rolled out the red carpets for us. We've been working out over there the last couple of days, and it's been a great welcome home to me. That's where I started my coaching career. I've won over 100 games in that building, and so I don't mind playing at Hardin-Simmons.
And that brings me to the next point. The girls are playing a gym that they have never really played in before. You talked about it. You've been shooting there and practicing there since Friday. But what kind of challenges does that bring, playing in a little bit of a different environment, even if it is here in Abilene?
It's considered a neutral site for sure. I mean, that's not where we are used to practicing and shooting, and haven't played a game there, in a couple of seasons. And so it is a neutral site, and our players need to understand that, as far as the gym goes. It's not a place that we're super familiar with. I think it's a shooter's gym. The depth perception is in the favor of shooters for sure. I think that if our ACU Wildcat Nation, if we have done a good job publicizing this, I think they're going to come out in big numbers. We can make this a huge home court advantage, even though it's not our home court. Want to see just a sea of purple there. And ACU purple and Hardin-Simmons purple look a lot alike. And so really encourage our Cowboy Cowgirl fans to come out and support us too.
You talked about it, but coaching at HSU, again, it is a special place for you. There's no secret that you still have some love for it. Talk about getting to experience that again, coaching as technically, I think, the home team on that sideline again.
Oh yeah, it'll be awesome being in the Cowgirl locker room. Spent my first 9 years in there. I do love Hardin Simmons. They gave me a chance when I had zero head coaching experience. They hired me at a very young age, and will always appreciate the opportunity to be there. And so to be able to coach in that facility again, I'm super excited about it. We're going to be on the very familiar sideline where the Cowgirls have had a lot of success. I think the Cats can have a lot of success there tomorrow as well.
And the fact that you've played and this team has played in this tournament, made a deeper end of this tournament, what kind of confidence does that bring to this? That hey, we've been here, we've done that, we know what it takes to get to where we want to go.
Our returners have actually referenced the WNIT several times throughout the course of the season. Like that is what gave us momentum to go hard this summer, to go hard in preseason, to know that we want to go to postseason play. We fell a little bit short of our ultimate goal of playing in the NCAA tournament, but because of the body of work, we have this opportunity to play in the WNIT and hopefully build on our win record. So I do think the experience last year has been a motivational tool for sure for this team.
Peyton said WNIT like a million times when we were talking here earlier. What's it like having a bye in the WNIT tournament compared to having that semifinal bye in the WAC tournament? And given that you guys have experienced just 2 weeks or 1 week without playing basketball, hitting the snooze button, this is just a familiar experience for you.
Yeah, I think that you've got to understand and be grateful for the opportunity to have a bye. You play one less game than than the opponent that's coming in the second round, and so we handled that really well in the semifinals of the WAC tournament, and hopefully just a little extra rest and not having the wear and tear of another game on our legs will give us a little bit of an advantage in the second round.
What is it about the WNIT that was in y'all's minds from the summer heading into now we're in Monday in late March and we're still playing basketball?
Yeah, this is where you want to be. I tell our teams all the time, if you have spring break and you're going on vacation, spring break, you had a terrible season. You want to be in postseason play. You want to miss some more school. You want your season to extend as long as possible. And I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. The NCAA tournament, Sweet 16s will be over pretty soon, and they're headed to the Elite Eight. And same thing for us. I mean, the Sweet 16 is later on this week for the WNIT, and there's not very many weeks left in the basketball season, and so we want to extend ours as long as possible.
You watched the game that went to overtime, and you saw FIU's another team that plays 60 minutes and then some throughout the entire way. What challenges have you seen immediately when you're going to go up against the Conference USA runner-up?
Yeah, FIU is one of the best in the country in steals and forcing turnovers. And so a big point of emphasis is want the ball, value the ball every possession. I do feel like offensively there's some things we can do to kind of manipulate their defense, but just defensively they score so many points by their opponent's mistakes. And so taking care of the ball is going to be really important. For us, just knowing personnel is probably the biggest key to the game, like understand who the drivers are, who the shooters are, who the go-to players are. And our players have done a really good job of locking into personnel throughout the course of WAC play, and so we would expect them to understand their assignments going into this game as well.
There's a lot of Julie Goodenough, good juju at Navy Complex, so good luck to you guys. I'm out of questions now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank y'all.